We are not financial advisors. This is for entertainment and education purposes only. This video is not financial advice. You can lose money investing. You are liable for any losses that you incur from investing. We shall not be held liable for any losses you may incur while investing. Contact the licensed financial professional in your area for professional advice. Always seek independent financial advice before making any investment decision.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to ABCC's podcast. My name is Marcus, and I am the Business Development Manager at ABCC. And we also have Alan with us. Alan is our CEO of ABCC.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening in.
Yeah, so I think what we are trying to do right now, we are trying to have topics to speak about almost on a weekly basis, and we are really happy that you took your time out to listen to us over here. I think for the first topic that we are speaking about on this week, it will be in the DeFi space of the crypto industry. So what is DeFi? Maybe Alan, you can share with us on your thoughts on DeFi.
Yeah, I'm glad. Okay, so for DeFi, in my words, for definition, it will be decentralized finance. So what does it mean is it's made up of a multitude of non-custodian financial products. So the finance or the deposit is non-custodian by any organization. So it will build around a culture of highly experimental or highly lucrative crypto projects. On the other words, it will be like an open alternative to the current financial system, which is very different to the current product or service that we have. DeFi is more like an open source technology that anyone can use to borrow or save or invest or even trade or any possible things that the DeFi community can think of. So what do you think? Why would be DeFi be important, Marcus?
Actually, yeah, I think DeFi is definitely a very interesting thing that more and more people are aware of, especially if you buy into crypto yourself. As time goes on, if you dig a little bit deeper into projects that you actually invest in, you will realize you probably have invested in one or two DeFi projects out there. And yeah, why I actually think DeFi is very important in the crypto ecosystem is probably I can touch on the traditional finance side first, and then I'll come back to the actual question. I think in traditional finance, I have been in traditional finance for about 7 years in the past, and I think the grand issue is not everyone can actually be eligible for certain accounts or certain financial products or services that is available in the traditional finance world. And that, of course, includes things like the asset management part, the family offices, the banks, even the insurance inside as well. And a lot of the traditional finance also has very high barriers of entry, not only in what I mentioned earlier, but also in job opportunities and also in specific services like the intermediary and payment service. And that's why DeFi is actually important, I feel. Coming back to the question, it's because DeFi actually allows for complete autonomy and independence, and the users can actually control where to spend their money, how to spend their money, and what they wish to achieve with that money. A lot of things are actually tailor-made, or they can actually adjust the parameters themselves as well. And the good thing about it is that there isn't much barrier. There isn't many barriers to entry at all, because most of the DeFi projects or the DeFi tools that you can use, they're actually very accessible. So long as you know what you are doing, there isn't a specific barrier of entry like telling you, oh, you need to fulfill a certain requirement, certain prerequisite before you can make use of the tool. There isn't one usually. And that's why this decentralized finance, DeFi, is actually becoming more and more highly adopted, which we will share. I think we will share, and we'll talk about it later as well. I think what we can also touch on is like a couple of DeFi projects that we think have been taking the scene. Coming to like the DeFi projects like Uni Swap. So Uni Swap is actually a very interesting project out there. It actually started off as a DEX, and of course, the DeFi part of it will definitely come into play for all these decentralized exchanges one way or another. So Uniswap is actually Ethereum based, and the good thing about it is Ethereum tokens are there are so many ERC20 Ethereum tokens out there. So
basically everyone can make their own ERC20 tokens now.
Exactly. And we definitely do see a surge. I think in terms of like market cap comparison, you can see like Uniswap is like 6.2 billion market cap, and Ethereum is 360. It may seem like it's a very big difference, but you must understand that actually Ethereum is like the second largest crypto in the whole crypto scene. So
I think what we can like say is Ethereum is like the whole economy, and Uniswap will be like Singapore Stock Exchange or SGX.
Yeah, like a subset of
business. So it still plays very important part of the whole Ethereum ecosystem.
Yep, I definitely agree, and I think in terms of actually, if we just look at trading volume, which is extremely interesting. I think you'll find this interesting as well, Alan. In terms of daily trading volume, it's like 2.5 billion is traded on the Uniswap DEX itself on a daily basis. And if you compare that to maybe centralized exchanges, Coinbase does about 2.8 billion daily. FTX does about 2 billion daily, and we are talking about like the top exchanges as well. So this is actually something very interesting. But of course, this is the decentralized exchange part, and today's topic is the DeFi part. So I'm gonna skip a little bit, and I'm gonna talk more about the DeFi part of the Uniswap. So how Uniswap actually benefits from the how Uniswap actually benefits its users is actually like the automated liquidity protocol part. There are a lot of people who understand this providing of liquidity. So what they do is when they provide liquidity in Uniswap itself, Uniswap actually will pool their money together, the users' monies together, and create a fund that is used to execute all trades that take place on the platform, and that will actually be the liquidity pool. And in exchange for putting up their funds, each liquid LP, which is liquidity pool, they receive a token, and you would actually receive a certain percentage of the fees for every single time someone trades on that specific pairing. So that's how DeFi comes into play, because that's how you can actually generate wealth from a different angle. So that's actually something that's
So like what Marcus, I just want to jump in a bit is when any users like provide liquidity to the Uniswap itself, they're actually able to make generate fees from when the actual user who wants to trade that specific tokens or who actually want to trade on Uniswap. So in compared to like traditional finance, which only like the central exchange that who have the control of the software will be the one making the fees. But with Uniswap, it's actually made decentralized, which allows everyone to also able to jump in and generate income with providing liquidities to their favorite token or something.
Yeah, actually you brought up a very good point. So the traditional finance part, it's like you can't really control what you want to adjust in the traditional finance, because they'll probably just give you a fixed set of things, and then if you don't follow, then you probably should not join at all. But in like cases like Uniswap, there are so many different ranges of different pairings that you can provide liquidity to, and each pairings will give you like different percentage returns. So the space is extremely large, I would say.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the next part is like, I mean, like we even have news that I think the recent news is like Uniswap sweeping like 50% market share on Polygon, and that's a pretty huge news, because it has been coming. I would say people who have been reading the news on Uniswap know that actually once the V3 was out, if I'm not wrong, is it V2
version
or?
3?
Yeah, the virtual 3,
version
right?
3 now.
Yeah, the version 3. So once the version 3 was out, they are definitely gonna do something big. And yep, true enough, I think yesterday or something, the news came out, and it's already saying like Uniswap is the market leader on Polygon. So everyone knows the DeFi space. In fact, DeFi projects are getting more and more inclusive into the overall ecosystem. It used to be a small part of it, but now the DeFi projects are becoming larger and larger, and they are in fact trying to try and make a play on even layer 2s like Polygon already. And with that, I think we will come to the end of our first part of this podcast. I think the next part, we'll be sharing more on the different DeFi projects and how we actually deep dive into them as well. And also on the more current news that are happening in the DeFi space. So yeah, stay tuned to the second part, and I'll see you next time again.